I like to do a kind of a gratitude practice for my feet. I just thank them for all the work they do carrying me around. All of those joints. There's 26 bones. I don't remember how many joints, but that's a lot. Circle in both directions at least a few times or more until you have a little fatigue in your ankle. Like you've been doing something and you can feel it. All right. And then your bottom leg, maybe you can bend that knee more while keeping your pelvis down. Maybe there's more spaciousness now in that hip. And then your bottom knee might wag a little side to side. And this does not have to be a big movement. So our culture tells us that getting more done, that checking things off our list, that stretching more deeply or doing more is better. And that is why burnout is so prevalent in this culture, especially coming out of COVID and having a little perspective. Or even during COVID, we might have been trying to check a lot of things off and having a lot of pressure to continue to perform. All right, that bottom leg will slide up, top leg will uncross. And then before you go to the other side, take a beat. Pause. Be aware, notice what's here. And we may find that even working with discomfort, with emotional or physical discomfort, or even suffering, if we bring mindful attention without trying to change anything, we may find that we start to get a new perspective on other things in our lives. This idea that we change something, right? And we're more mindful in one part of our lives, or we learn some tools. And that can have a domino effect, a positive one, on our willingness to be mindful in other situations that might have been more painful before. All right, cross the other ankle on top of your thigh. Pause. Maybe you bend your bottom knee a little, but we're going to about 60% of the sensation or stretch. And when and if you feel ready, you could play with your toes a little bit just to give your mind something to anchor to, so we can feel grounded that way. And I keep learning, speaking of burnout, I keep learning more and more about how productive rest is, even if we're still buying into capitalism and this productivity culture, rest being actually much more productive than we think. All right, after you've played with your toes as much as you want to, you can start to circle your foot on your ankle. Remembering that when your mind wanders off, invite it back with kindness and understanding. And that is what minds do. Go the other way with your ankle if you haven't yet, and really allow it to get tired. All right, whenever it is that it's tired, maybe you bend your bottom knee even a little more, keeping your pelvis feeling heavy, grounded, neutral. You might notice your jaw, your eye sockets, and your tongue. And begin to let your bottom knee wag a little bit left and right, left and right. And when you feel like you're even with the other side, then you can uncross and return.